The next one is translation services. Did you know you can offer translation services? You may not speak Spanish, German, French, and all that, but you can still facilitate it with your client. So translation services is this, and I have a course that I wrote on translation services, okay? Translation services is it. The client brings me the document, which I had this happen. This is real. I had a client who was trying to get his car registered over here. The document came from Germany. It was in German. He needed to get it translated to English. I don't speak German. So with the translation services, for example, the client has I was using my German example. My client was trying to get his car that he brought over from Germany registered here in the United States. The document was in German. I don't speak German, right? So I facilitated it. I have a couple companies that I work with, and they translate it, give it back to me, and then I give it to my client. Okay, so translation services. So you can do any language once you know how to do it. And that can be kind of lucrative, actually, depending on where you live at, if you have a lot of people that speak another language. Okay, and let's go to the next one, which is courier service. Now, courier service, I do that in a couple of different ways. If I already have a client and I'm doing a loan signing for them or some general notary work, and they say, man, I really need to get the FedEx, but I cannot, I will tell my client, hey, I offer courier services too if you'd like me to transport it for you or take it for you. And you could just add another $15 or $20 or something on there. Sometimes I'll do it for free. But most of the time, 2024, I told you I'm going to be different. The kid is charging for just about everything now. Okay. Next we have, courier service can be, I told you, two ways. So that's one way. If the client is asking you to take it for them is one way. And two, if you put courier services on your website, people will call you and say, hey, can you transport or can you take this package from here to here? Now, be a little cautious because you want to make sure you ain't smuggling drugs for nobody or something like that. And you just have to do good screening, right? Make sure where you going, who are they? So when you start offering courier service, and ask the client, hey, what's in the package? So you don't want to do your due diligence. And not just, hold on one second. That's my client. Okay, and do your due diligence, right? You want to be safe. So that's courier service. Now, a new one that I haven't spoken about it a lot, but I've had this request several times. So I'm actually in the process of writing a course about it. However, because the need isn't there all the time, I delayed the course, but I want you to just know that this is something that people will call you to do. And you may want to offer it on your Google page, okay? Passport pictures. I've been asked several times now to actually go and take passport pictures. People call us as notaries to do all kind of stuff, y'all. So what does that look like? The client called me, and I kind of pushed back because it was like the second or third time I did it, right? And he was like, my aunt is in the nursing home, but she has to get her passport. So she could not go to CVS to get her passport picture taken. So he called me to do it. So I had to go buy a whiteboard. She was in the nursing home bed. So we put the whiteboard behind her head as the background. Because when you take passport pictures, it's got to be a certain way. And we used a couple different apps and we downloaded it, went and printed it for him and took it back to him. He was so appreciative. So that's another stream of income, though, passport service. And again, depending on where you live at, if you got a high volume of people traveling, coming back and forth, these are additional services that maybe I might only get one or two, but you might can make a killing at it. Okay. So taking passport pictures, photo booth. Okay. The next couple are going to be back to the wedding industry. So you guys may watch Ebony 757 having a photo booth. She has that little thing that spin around and people be dancing. So you could add that to your wedding officiant business, right? And again, it started off as you just a notary, but you keep adding on these additional streams of income, right? When I first started, I love telling this story. My brother asked me, he said, Kim, what you want to do with the business? Because I was telling him, I said, I'm starting this new business. Sorry, I had to drink some water. I said, I'm starting this new business. He said, well, how much do you want to make with it? What do you want to do? I said, oh, I'll be good if I could just do one per day. And my original goal was just $25 per day. I wanted to make $600 per month. And little did I know, as I kept learning the business, and people kept calling me. Sometimes clients will call and ask me. That's how I fell into proctoring. The client called me and said, hey, can you proctor an exam for me? And I was like, sure, I can do that. So I'm always saying yes first and then I'll figure it out. Now I tell y'all not to do that, but I'm very diligent about trying to figure it out. And I'll make a few phone calls. But anyway, she called me and she told me what she needed. And that's how I fell into proctoring. So as you continue to do these different things, like you're a wedding officiant, so a natural thing would be to get you a photo booth. You can offer that service. Along with the photo booth would be wedding coordinator. Okay? Would be wedding coordinator. So the clients, most of the time when they reach out to you, even just to officiate the wedding, that's when the whole thing starts. So now I got you as a wedding officiant. You're going to do my photos for me. You might even start to say, well, hey, I can do your whole wedding planning for you. You see what I mean? So you got to think out the box. You see the money on the table, guys? People get married all day long, all day long. So there is money on the table. So wedding coordinator is another one. The next one is virtual assistant. And what do I mean by that? Not actually having to do maybe everything a virtual assistant would do. But Angela does a lot of virtual assistant work, kind of sort of for people. They'll call her to help fill out documents like a kitty, like a school form, maybe foreign language. She just had that one happen. Not school form. It was for some kind of aid they were trying to get, but they didn't know how to do it. So people know that notaries tend to be, and I am this notary. I'm really good with paperwork. Like my sister, she do the medical side of stuff. And when you talk about anything with paperwork, she don't want to hear it. And that's how most people in the world are. So they know we know how to navigate papers and documents. So they're quick to get us on that. So Angela does a lot of little side jobs, just helping people fill out their paperwork. Now, I'm not talking about anything that you have to notarize. Now, I'm just talking about a plain old document. Okay, that's different from notarizing. And the last thing I have, guys, is immigration specialist, preparing immigration documents. Okay, so that's, again, requiring more training, additional training to do that, but helping people with their immigration. So I actually started the process for a couple people. I don't like it. It's too much for me. I can make money a little bit quicker. Now it's a big dollar amount attached to doing it, but I just don't want to do it. And you stuck with that person from the beginning of the process till years later. For me, I haven't done it enough where I want to tell you not to do it. I would never tell you not to do anything anyway. This is your business. What I don't like, you may love, So I'm going to go down this list rapidly. The 19, I'm going to take a few questions because I might have to help my husband with this client. Okay. So 19 ways you can make money. General notary, loan signing agent, remote online notary, starting a signing service, wedding officiant, being a proctor, apostille courier only, ink fingerprinting, I-9, printing service, inspections, translation services, being just a courier, passport photos, having a photo booth, wedding coordinator, virtual assistant, and final, immigration preparation of documents. 19 ways you can make money. Okay. Now you may or may not like all 19. You might only want to do one. But I just want you to know that the options and possibilities are there. Okay. I'm going to skip through some of this. I thank you all for your condolences. If you missed any of the video, please go back. I want to try to get some of your comments right quick. Jay Northup says, Arizona, I just got my stamp. Haven't done anything yet. Not sure how to begin, really. Hey, Jay, I would probably recommend getting my book, Start Your Notary Business in Arizona. I have one for every state, Pennsylvania, Michigan, as you can see here, those who can see the video. But I wrote one for every single state. It will teach you how to get started. And then from there, double back, and we would love to be part of your training, okay? But start with that book. It's going to give you an overall of the business. Start Your Notary Business. It's not that complicated. Again, it's available for all 50 states. Let's see. Let me, Peach has said you can get on board. You just got to get a little structure probably. So we'd be more than happy to help you. I will read Venus. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, y'all. Let's get started. Dorinda says, very concerned about the spiritual side if someone is getting ordained or authorized in 10 minutes, just my opinion. Well, I didn't write that, Dorinda. I know what you mean, but it's some kind of church life something. And that's why I don't get into all that. I mean, that's going to be each person if they want what their spirituality walk is, if they feel comfortable even doing that. Some people just want a civil wedding. Some people want with candles and verbiage that goes with the spiritual side of it. So I know, yeah, appreciate your thought though.